Welcome. If there's one skill that can completely transform your personal and professional life, it's communication. Whether you're speaking to one person or 1,000, the way you express your thoughts determines how others perceive you, respond to you, and connect with you. Effective communication starts with intentional listening and clear thinking. These two elements are often overlooked, yet they form the foundation of every meaningful conversation. When we talk about communication, most people immediately focus on speaking well, having a good vocabulary, a confident tone, or persuasive arguments. But communication is a two-way process. And unless you begin by listening with intent and thinking with clarity, your words may never truly resonate. Listening is not simply staying silent while someone else speaks. It's not about waiting for your turn to talk. Intentional listening means giving your full presence to the other person. That means putting down your phone, turning away from distractions, making eye contact, and actually caring about what is being said. This kind of listening shows respect. It tells the other person, you matter, your words matter. And when someone feels heard, they are more likely to open up, trust you, and engage honestly. When you listen intentionally, you also gather more information. You catch subtle details, the tone, the hesitation, the choice of words. These give you clues about the speaker's true feelings, needs, and thoughts. Without deep listening, you may miss the meaning behind the message. You may respond to what you think they're saying instead of what they actually mean. That's where most communication breaks down, not in what is said, but in what is misunderstood. Intentional listening also helps you manage your reactions. Often, people jump to conclusions or get defensive before the other person even finishes talking. But if you commit to listening first, you give yourself space to understand before you respond. That space is powerful. It allows you to stay calm, avoid unnecessary conflict, and build stronger dialogue. Now, let's talk about clear thinking. This is the part that shapes how you respond once you've listened. Clear thinking means organizing your thoughts before you speak. It means asking yourself, what do I really want to say? What is the point I'm trying to make? How can I say it in a way that is respectful and easy to understand? When your mind is cluttered or emotional, your words often come out messy, aggressive, or confusing. But when you take a moment to think clearly, your message becomes focused and strong. Thinking clearly also requires you to control your emotions. When you're angry, anxious, or frustrated, your thinking gets distorted. You might exaggerate, misinterpret, or say things you later regret. But if you pause to breathe, reflect, and clarify your own feelings, you're much more likely to communicate in a way that is honest but not hurtful, assertive but not aggressive. Another part of clear thinking is being aware of your intention. Why are you speaking? What outcome do you want from this interaction? If your goal is to attack, win, or prove someone wrong, your communication will reflect that energy. But if your goal is to connect, solve a problem, or express something meaningful, your words will be more thoughtful and purposeful, intentional. Listening and clear thinking also go hand in hand. The more you listen, the more accurately you can think about what to say. And the more clearly you think, the better you are at listening without letting your emotions or assumptions get in the way. These two habits reinforce each other. Together, they create communication that is not just effective, but transformative. Most people don't naturally develop these skills. They require practice. You have to slow down. You have to be present. You have to learn to silence the noise in your mind so you can truly hear others and speak with precision. Authenticity and empathy are the foundation of powerful connections. In every interaction, whether professional or personal, people are looking for something real. They're not just listening to your words, they're sensing your energy, watching your expressions, and feeling your intention. That's where authenticity comes in. When you speak from a place of honesty and confidence in who you are, you create trust. People can tell when you're being genuine. You don't need fancy words or rehearsed lines. You just need to show up as yourself. Being authentic means dropping the mask. It means not pretending to be smarter, cooler, or more experienced than you are. It's about being okay with saying, I don't know, or I made a mistake. When you speak with that kind of honesty, people respect you more. They feel safer around you because they know you're not trying to manipulate or impress them. They know that what you say is aligned with what you believe. Authenticity also means owning your message. It's not about copying how someone else speaks or borrowing someone else's voice. It's about understanding your own perspective, your own stories, and your own style. Your voice matters, not because it's perfect, but because it's uniquely yours. And when people hear that, they're more likely to engage, to listen, and to respond with openness. But authenticity alone is not enough. Communication without empathy can still feel cold, even if it's honest. Empathy is what adds warmth to your words. It's the ability to feel what another person might be feeling, to imagine what it's like to be in their shoes. When you speak with empathy, you're not just sharing your thoughts, you're also considering the other person's reality. That changes the way you speak, the tone you use, and the words you choose. Empathy makes you a better listener. It helps you read between the lines. Maybe someone is being short with you, and instead of getting defensive, you pause and wonder if they're stressed or tired. Maybe someone disagrees with you, and instead of trying to win the argument, you try to understand where they're coming. From that shift in perspective, when you stop seeing someone as the problem and start seeing them as a person, that's the power of empathy. In conversations, empathy allows you to adapt. You learn to sense when someone needs encouragement, when they need space, or when they just need someone to listen. You stop focusing so much on what you want to say, and you start caring more about how the other person is experiencing the moment. That doesn't mean you give up your truth. It just means you share it with care. Empathy also helps you manage difficult conversations. When emotions run high, most people either shut down or lash out. But empathy helps you slow down. It helps you acknowledge someone's pain without needing to fix it. It helps you say things like, "I hear you," or "that must be hard," instead of jumping into solutions or defenses. That kind of communication builds bridges instead of walls. When authenticity and empathy come together, they create real connection. You're honest about who you are, but you're also aware of who the other person is. You don't just speak your truth, you speak it in a way that honors theirs. This balance creates a space where both people feel seen, heard, and respected. It removes the pressure to be perfect and replaces it with the freedom to be human. In every conversation, you have the chance to be both real and kind, not one or the other, both. That's what makes communication truly powerful. It's not about saying the right thing, it's about showing up with the right heart. When people feel that, they respond differently. They trust more, they open more, and they walk away feeling not just informed, but understood, no matter who you are or where you come from. The ability to communicate clearly, honestly, and with empathy is one of the most powerful tools you will ever develop. It can open doors that talent alone cannot. It can heal relationships, build influence, and turn ideas into action. Real communication is not about sounding impressive, it's about being understood and making others feel valued. So don't just aim to speak better, aim to connect deeper. Because when your words are honest, your heart is open, and your intention is pure, you don't just speak, you inspire. And that is the kind of communication the world needs more of.